We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First carry for Nick Chubb. And not the start he was hoping for there as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Go.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. The 40. The 20. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Yeah.
After the interception, here's Rudolph. Got a man. That's Allison. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And the Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Break. 51's the mic. I don't even know why this team showed up. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Go.
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, Samuels. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Let's go now. 8, read. Get this worm on. Hey, Zoo. Mike 51, Mike 51. Get it.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A run for Nick Chubb. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Switch.
On the run is Counter. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
A run with counter on first down, going to get about 5. 2nd and 5 coming up. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He'll get this one to Switzer. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Ready? Hey, it's coming up. Leo! Ready?
Rudolph looking to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now Mayfield under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. A toss play to Chubb. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Rudolph. Taken in by Switzer on the left side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. But it's brought in by Washington. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready, set. 51, Mike, 51. Hey, orbit. Man, they're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. 51 to Mike, 51 to Mike. Go.
On 1st and 10, Rudolph. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Connor. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
70, Indy.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Throwing on 2nd down, Rudolph. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. And he finds McDonald. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Come on, hey, team 6, team 6. Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Big River.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Rudolph. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back? And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long.
This is Connor. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Big hit. Hey, Mike 51.
On 2nd and very short, Rudolph. Washington's got it. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best mark.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Mayfield looks to throw. That's taken in by Callaway.
Mayfield's pass complete to Antonio Callaway. A gain of And it's third down.
The Browns on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Point it right.
Mayfield to throw it. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Switzer.
Ryan Switzer on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rudolph. And he's got his man on the out route. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Open man is Allison, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down.
Hey, Delta. Go. 51. We got it.
Rudolph going to throw again. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Rudolph off play action. He's going to launch it for Washington. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
The Browns drive about to get started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I said, but
A final shot before the break, Rudolph. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Check safety, check safety.
Third quarter starts with a run from Connor. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, Haywood.
From the 24, Rudolph. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Check.
They start the drive with Connor. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Hard. Press him. Shift. Show it in.
Rudolph loses the football. It's out.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Landry now on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And another tackle broken. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
To throw, Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Running for it. Here's Chubb. Fights through him. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Brandon, 4th and 1 on their own side of the 50, and they decide to go for it. As a former defender, I take that personally. I can't believe they let them pick that up. They should have swarmed the line of scrimmage and stuffed that one.
Not surprised, though, because they told us about the supreme confidence they had in the O-line, and they were able to get that yard. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. And Callaway taking it in left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. Mayfield on 1st down. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Throwing, Mayfield. And the catch made by Johnson. Johnson, oh, it's poke free. Football's out. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They run. Chubb. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And again, it's Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Mayfield down. This will be caught at about the 6. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a 1st down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They'll run for it. Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that will get them 1 closer. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh, it's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Mike 51, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Right here, guys. Spike 51, Mike 51.
From the 27, Rudolph. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Bud Dupree, and they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Come on, let's go.
After the interception, here's Rudolph. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jalen Samuels, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. Rudolph looking to throw, and this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play caller. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. There he goes again. And down to the 28-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Things were looking really good at half, Charles, but the story has changed, and they just sat this offense on the sideline watching another touchdown go in the wrong direction. They're really getting blitzed in the second half.
And the pressure is really on because they need a big-time drive to calm things down. Well, as you mentioned, things have really gone in the wrong direction. The momentum's all on the other side of the ball. Their offense has now given their defense a lot of confidence. You know they're going to get after them here.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rudolph. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Ready? 50, plant. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Hey, alert 3, 25. Drop, rock it. Hey, zoom. Shift, watch the shift.
They'll try and run forward with Connor. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Recon, 132 fighter. Go.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Open man here is Gentry. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line.
That's another Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Connor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, it's Connor. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Mayfield. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. They run again on first down, Chubb. That good for 19 and a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On the carry, it's Chubb. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Chubb. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times and 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Now Mayfield on 4th down. And now here is another interception. Sean Davis with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Pittsburgh, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.